Officer, how high are you? No, officer, you're wrong. It's high. How are you?
It's Monday night. Welcome once again to YouTube's on the interwebs. We've got two very, very, very special guests with us tonight. The Mary Sue is doubling down. The Batman is delayed. That's right. We've got the news for you here on Midnight's Edge After Dark Live.
I want to get better when Rob does the intro.
He can do it. He just don't pop in there. He's got to learn to unmute.
My mic is muted. Hey, everybody. Greetings, salutations. Happy Monday. Every week feels like it's a year now, doesn't it? I'm, of course, Mary Screen, Mr. Rob, Robot Shlomo. With me is always Mr. Tom Connors.
Hail, sir.
And joining us are tonight's esteemed panel, our resident physician, the script doctor.
Hello.
We also have, for your listening pleasure, Anna, that Star Wars girl.
Hello.
And as always, we have, before we get to our special guest tonight, we have your favorite YouTube harpy. She's an MEAD, a Tony, a Bendy, a BAFTA. She's an Earl and OBE, which makes her an earlobe.
It's 420. Smoke them if you got them.
Smoke if you got him, 420, Miss Mecha-random.
And here's the one, the only, the one you've been waiting for. You've been requesting him, and we made it finally happen. That's right. Cecil himself has joined us for the first time on Midnight's Edge After Dark. Thank you, sir.
Problem. Don't worry about your past.
Drink more, Cecil.
What's that? Drink more?
Yes.
His theme song's so much more inviting than mine.
I love his theme song. I told
know.
Rob we have to get the theme song before the show.
It's good. So who is that? Is that a Cecil original?
Oh no, that's Mark Ribier. He's a YouTuber. He just does live. He makes songs up live during live streams. He writes songs. He never plays the same song twice.
Really? Because if I couldn't get to work, I was just gonna improvise. Just as a Cecil, he's no weasel. Cecil.
I love that. The glass of ice clinked right in time with the song.
Right?
Oh, Dark Gift Comics. Freaking Anthony sent us $2.
I want a quarter anytime we use that now.
He says, "What's up? What's up, peeps? What's up, Anthony?
How you doing?
Hey.
Hello.
What's up, Anthony? So, okay. Ka-ching. We got to get Anthony a ka-ching. So I fixed my mouse wheel this weekend. So,
Oh, we got a ka-ching.
with a Q-tip and a little rubbing alcohol, you can perform miracles. I tell you. All right. So the Mary Sue. Yes. The Mary Sue is doubling down on their own self-imposed stupidity. I think they're all closet furries over there.
No,
Listen,
they go beyond furry on this new article. They're beyond.
We don't judge, okay? We're not
I do
like
if you're
that.
gonna fuck a tiger or a lion, okay? That's where I kind of draw the line.
I
Well,
saw
okay.
a tiger, and
You
tiger
got a
fucked
tiger.
me.
Okay, we got another song here.
Carol Bassett.
I got it. So, I saw a tiger. The tiger fucked me, and I'm really a furry, aren't I? Well, thank you very much.
By the way, did everybody else have the same reaction when you heard the singing and be like, "That's fucking not him"? There's no fucking way.
Yeah, kind of. I wasn't surprised.
Especially since he never actually just broke into song. It's like auto tune is a great tool he probably discovered.
No, it's a totally different person. It's not even him at all.
Yeah, because there's a part where he's singing while he's shaving, I think, in a thing, and it's not the same voice.
Couple more super chats here, Rob.
Okay, we have PHP. PHP is what exactly? I don't know. That's Philippine pesos. Frank Hernandez, the 50 Philippine pesos, I believe it is. Hi there, everyone, especially Anna, and hi there, Cecil. Thank you very much.
Hello.
Hello. I love
Willie Woodward, $2. To Mecca and to Anna, two gorgeous ladies of the Fandom.
Oh, thank you.
And they're not even on camera. How come I'm the only one? I'm fucking dressed like a slee stack, and I'm
because we need proof that you're intoxicated or attempting to become one.
You need visual proof. You could hear
yes.
I'm talking. I'm sober, but I don't know if any. I was just telling these guys before we went on. I was on a live stream with Ethan until 5 o'clock this morning, and I was hammered. I finished off a bottle of rye, and then started in on this jug. Did some damage too, but yeah.
Makers.
This is Jim Beam. The rye was Bullet.
As long as you ain't got liver spots, I think you're okay.
I ain't got liver spots.
Then I think you're okay.
I didn't mean to sound like I was bragging, but I ain't got them.
Maybe he has them, he just can't see them.
That's my opening pickup line, by the
way. Have you ever seen a grown man drink this much and not have liver spots? That's right.
Yeah?
So this is actually the first time we've had a luchador wrestler on. This is the first for us.
Hey, we get to take over their gang, Rob.
I think it's more of a red slee stack. If you like made it negative right now, it'd be green. So
it was just a demon mask, now it's like a pair of old pants.
No, don't take the mask off.
I say careful. Are you kidding me? We could get a face reveal on Midnight's Edge After Dark. Talk about an exclusive.
You can find it out there.
I'm sure. Not a band account sent us $1.99.
It's falling off.
In Picard, will we get a Michael Burnham cameo? No, but I do predict we will get a USS Michael Burnham, or there will be some kind of statue dedicated to her outside of Starfleet headquarters, or some kind of idiocy like that. Okay. Author was smash the like button. Yes, author Stephen Walton. Thank you very much. Smash the like button, everybody. Okay, so like I said, so there's the original article we were rambling about last week. The Mary Sue Chelsea Steiner was wondering if we'd still be horny for Fox Robin Hood, and we kind of had a field day with this, didn't we?
Yeah, only if they release the butthole cut.
No, Cecil. I gotta ask Cecil. Did Robin Hood confuse your genitals too?
I never. I mean, I feel left out because it's like, can we still be horny? And I was like,
I know.
I'm the only one that wasn't horny for him. I didn't understand. I just went along with the crowd. I'm like, yeah, it's okay to still be horny for him. Sure.
Oh my goodness.
Anna, how about you?
No, if it's I think the only version of Robin Hood I've ever been horny for was that Kevin Costner one, but that's because he was a full-grown fucking human man.
Yeah. Does this lady's husband fucking leave her home with the dog?
Anna or the lady who wrote this article?
The lady who wrote the article.
Okay, just to be clear.
She was like, why do you always take the dog to work with you? It's like, no reason. Why don't you write another article about how you want to fuck a fox?
Yeah. I just assumed all of her animals were hiding under the bed, away from her.
That's the show, folks. Good night.
I didn't write the article.
No, I'm here. That's Cecil.
Does she go to like the pound for conjugal visits?
It's like the last thing they do before they get gassed. Yeah.
I think the pie scene in American Pie really inspired her.
He gives the pound a whole new meaning.
Hey, phrasing.
Hey now.
Oh wait, or was it a peanut butter sandwich scene? It's been a long time since I watched that movie.
Pie. It was a pie. Fuck the pie.
No, because he the dog starts. He does it to like a peanut butter sandwich, and then the dog comes up and starts licking him there.
Wait, isn't that
and then the dad walks in.
one of the straight to video
That-
movie?
I don't remember
Is that
that.
the is that the uncut version?
No, I think that was one of those not another teen movie parodies.
Yeah,
'cause-
that
No,
was-
I don't know. It's
That
been a
wasn't
long
real
time.
movie. They didn't have a dog do it.
Because in the original movie it was the pie, and in the original version he just got the pie over himself. In the uncut version, he's on the counter humping the pie.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now
Well,
we were kind of saying though that this, the whole thing is this version of Robin Hood is based on the Errol Flynn Robin Hood, and so there's a lot of the same characterizations and mannerisms and all of that. But at the same time, this is for all the criticism that Matt Kadish had heaped upon him by the Mary Sue and other people for not having any sex appeal for characters like Harley Quinn and everything. This is a character that is directed toward. This is a film that is directed towards children. There is just yes, exactly. There was just something not right about that. Okay.
Right, when they virtue single and all out there, and even Anna has been piled on by these people.
oh, yeah.
When she does her art, or like even with her icon there, where they're like, "Oh, you're just one of those misogynist pigs." It's like, that's me in the picture, bitch.
Oh.
Yep.
By the way, brilliant rendering of the of Avar Chris. Was it Avar Chris or whatever it was?
Var
The
Chris.
bestest ever.
Yeah, my half-assed. It took me longer to fix the pose because the anatomy was so off. Like the original artist, she gave her like an extra long spine that was broken in 3 places to be able to pose like that with
Well, she
broken
was thrusting.
legs.
Yeah.
I'm
She
just
was
like,
essentially thrusting her lightsaber.
like I just
And
kept
it's
fixing it. And
Anna,
I'm like,
do you use one of those like posable things, like the giving an idea of how the anatomy works? Those.
no,
posable
you just get up and you do the pose first.
She has one of these.
Well, that's why when
I want
one. If you look at like old, like the making of a Disney movie, every animator has a mirror on their desk because they would do the faces themselves and then just draw it as that character. And so I got up and I stood in that and I'm like, your back would have to be broken to be able to pose like this. So you have to be able to do the pose. And then from that, you can exaggerate it. And that's how you have like superhero poses and stuff. But oh my God,
This one's very realistic.
that's Cecil too.
That is awesome.
That is what
I
happens
want
in
that
Cecil
one
Frames.
too. Oh shit, that is amazing.
Look at all the points of
one-
articulation.
This was sent by Juan Soto from Puerto Rico. I appreciate that.
That is awesome.
We got a £1.99. Charlie London, £1.99. Hey to Anna and Cecil, I love you guys. Great show. Thank you very much.
Hey, Charlie, love you too.
I want that Cecil doll. I'll put it right next to this one. I just got this in the mail
Yeah.
today.
Because time you got my doll in here.
And I want that one too. That one's amazing.
But I was about to say that Avar Chris looked so unnatural. It's like, what did they go to Home Depot and just construct it out of 2x4s to get an idea for a model for that? I mean,
I don't know. I'm like, I really hope that this character is the villain of this series because she looks like it. 'Cause I didn't change the face. I just rendered it better. And people are like, you made her look like a Karen. And I'm like, that's the exact same fucking expression she had.
Aren't
I
they
don't
trying
know
to
what-
cancel Karen terminology now, Mecca?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they've decided, all these little white rich entitled women have decided that their struggle by hearing the word Karen is, equivalent to the N-word. So
Oh, shut up, soccer moms. Go have your
People
wine.
who are
and be
named
quiet.
Karen can't introduce themselves as such without offending other people.
let me,
Hi, I'm not Karen. I'm K-word.
mm.
Karen.
No, they feel just
Haha, can't do anything about it. Karen.
You feel just as oppressed as
That's a hate crime.
they're equating themselves to slaves, and you're not. I'm sorry, you're not.
Wow, they're really comparing it to that. Okay, well, speaking of Karens,
Can we just say the K word instead of Karen?
the K word.
A cunt? Okay.
How dare you, Cecil?
They had to double down on this nonsense. This is what we get today, folks.
Oh, speaking of cunts.
Do you want to know what? When you sent me the topics, I thought you were saying pick. I was so fucking hungover. I thought you were saying pick your favorite like good-looking cartoon characters. I was like, what? And I actually made a list.
Go for it. Let's hear it.
No.
Awesome. Yes.
No, because I
please.
didn't. I was like, is that really what the topic is? I was like, and now I'm like, I didn't read the articles and I didn't know what the fuck you were talking about.
That's amazing.
And
Now
I'm
I gotta
like-
hear these.
And I was just like, is that really?
I'll
the
tell you what. I'll tell you mine if you tell me yours.
Well, I had to think about it. I went with Daphne.
Daphne's a good choice. I'd have her on my
Hold on,
list.
I have visual aids too. Hold on.
Oh my God.
Here we go.
Nice.
She's on my
Game
list.
prepared.
I like that. I always like Josie and the Pussycats.
Good choices.
Well, you get a four-way with Josie and the
At least they're
Pussycats,
all
though.
people,
That's
or
okay.
at least people shaped.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they're all people. Sorry. And I guess these are the closest. These girls, they're wearing cat costumes. I guess that's the closest.
Oh my God, that one Tiger King guy would love him. Doc, what's his name?
Doc
Yeah.
Ansel.
Yeah.
Ansel, yeah.
Firestar from.
All right. Yeah.
Oh.
Nice.
That's
Yeah.
from Superman and his
Yeah,
amazing,
alright.
or Spider-Man and his amazing friends. Yeah.
The chick from Heavy Metal.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Catwoman
All right.
Yep.
But
and Faye Valentine.
All right. Replace Faye Valentine with the Little Mermaid, and that's my list. There you go. See? So
And there we
I'm
go.
a man of my word.
But Faye Valentine's not. Yeah, but that's not exclusive. That's not directed towards young children, though. That's the thing. So Matt G, $2. Hail to Anna and Cecil. Hoes be crazy.
Yeah, they
It's okay.
are.
We have to read this. We have to read this like Rachel Leichman, though. Growing up, I find myself infatuated with characters that filled my Disney films. It wasn't until I got older that I realized maybe I thought Scar and then Kovu were hot lions. But in honor of being honest, they're hot. I didn't draw them. Don't blame me. But with realization comes the knowledge that I can think cartoons are hot, A, hot, and B, they're lions. Oh, for crying out loud. She makes me want to just jam. She makes me want to jam a pencil in my ear.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
But it's more than just the Lion King movies, from the Beast to Prince Eric. But Prince Eric's a white man. He's a white dude, though. Isn't there something wrong with that, Chelsea Steiner?
I don't know what it is, but like every girl loves Prince Eric, and I never understood that. But he's supposed to be like, at least from all the girls that I've talked to, he's like the hottest Disney prince. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? He doesn't even remember what she looks like. But
He's the one that looks
it's like
like
a
a
fetish
person.
for Prince Eric.
I don't know. Let's ask Cecil.
Disney's
Cecil, who's the hottest male Disney character?
Gaston.
All right. See, there's your answer.
Here's the thing. No one can fuck like Gaston.
Well, we know how well he can sing because he's got those big lungs, so he's gonna have to have good endurance in other areas, right?
I like the chick that I just thought of her now.
Oh.
Didn't what's her name? Ursula turned into a chick in that movie.
Vanessa.
Yeah.
She was hot. Oh, also Betty and Veronica. I left them out.
Yeah, Betty and Veronica are nice ones. Yeah.
So, okay, but get a load of this, though. Disney has a history of making hot characters. Hell, I would still marry Jack Skellington if he strolled up with Zero and started singing at me. So not only is she a furry, she's a necrophiliac.
God.
Yeah, I hate to tell her that Jack's dead.
Yeah.
The latest in this long line of hot characters pique my fancy is Spider-Man to the Spider-Verse. That's not Disney, moron. Peter B. Parker. And I guess, by extension, the Peter Parker of the Miles Morales world who dies and is voiced by Chris Pine. That's not a Disney character, you idiot.
And at least it's not, Miles Morales.
Well, it technically is.
It
but
is
anyway.
a Disney character now.
So why
The
am I
movie
bringing
was
all this
not,
up? I think I think it's important to note that it's okay that we're all attracted to cartoon characters. In fact, sometimes there are even cartoons of literal celebrities. Remember Scanner Darkly? Where we got cartoon versions of Keanu Reeves and Robert Downey Jr. Because I sure do. The problem, I think, has all stemmed from one specific cartoon. It has warped us, made us question what we find attractive, and stayed with us even now. I say that because they are threatening to do a remake of Robin Hood with possibly terrifying, possibly photorealistic CGI anthropomorphic animals. Maybe the reaction to cats will make them think twice. And our question is whether or not we'll be hot for another animated Fox.
Another? I wasn't hot for it in the first place, you weirdo.
I like how she's telling us how all of us are like we're sexually attracted to something. Like she knows all. She knows all of our deepest thoughts.
Right?
Yeah, she's pontificating to reassure herself that she's not weird.
Right, and then on top of this, like Rob said in the intro, these are the same people who come after us when we say something about a character looking like way too like
a boy, like a 12-year-old
muted, yeah, or like if Anna Ward when she reworked those characters and all the backlash she got from it, it's like, come on, we're not fapping to these characters. We know Pornhub exists. Okay, it's you are the crazy ones out there fapping to Jack Skellington and the fucking Fox for Pete's sake.
You got to go back and see what her reaction when Happy Feet came out. She'd be like, "Is it okay to?" Is it okay to be attracted to another penguin besides Danny DeVito?
I'm like, lady, come on. You want to if she wants to get off to Robin Hood, there have been plenty of real live action actors.
Hey, everything Kevin Costner does, he does it for you. Remember that.
That's right. What's freaking me out now is Cecil reminded me of the island of Dr. Moreau, and how would this writer react to that?
Oh God, she'd probably get off on it.
You ever see the pilot episode of Thundercats where they're all naked?
No.
No.
Yeah, it's really fucking weird. It's really weird. they don't mention it, but they're just naked. Like they.
I never really
the original Thundercats from the 80s or like the 2012 or the most recent
the original,
one?
Yeah, the original, 80s. Yeah, from the 80s. Somebody pointed it out like I don't know, somewhere on one of the live streams we were talking about that, and they pulled up the pictures and I was like, oh fuck, that's right. Like, yeah, like what's her name? Chitara or whatever. she's like just naked. And it's but it's they're just furries.
Well, maybe nudism is mainstream on Thundera. You never know.
You know, it would have been cool if she had like 12 nipples.
Okay, maybe she goes on. Maybe I feel like we should all share. Maybe I feel like we should all share our dark truths right now because the world is in complete and total disarray. Or maybe it's because our own Princess Weeks reminded me that Zendaya could and should play Sally the Rag Doll, and then I would find it that I would probably still marry Jack Skellington. Necro.
Yeah, no, it's just bones. It's just bones. You stick his femur up your ass, lady? I mean, what the hell?
Should we invite Chelsea Steiner on to defend this?
I invite any of these guys to come on here to defend this shit. We got a couple super chats. We got a couple from Larry. Thank you so much. He sent us some super stickers.
Larry.
He sent us 3 super stickers. So thank you so much for that. And then we got one from Culture Casino. Here you go, $1.99.
Cecil is a furry. Look at Josie and Catwoman. Yeah, but this is costume.
No, he's not a furry. Y'all gonna let it go that I said replace the other one with a fish lady? Yeah, but you're gonna pick on Cecil. That's not fun.
If it was what cheetah or tigra or whatever it was.
It was all of them. They all got off like the thing naked.
Well,
but the weird thing is she was wearing a belt because I have the picture up now.
Well,
that makes a difference.
I'll pull it up. Hold on.
It makes it less risque.
In the late 90s cartoon Silver Surfer, he was actually naked, but they,
Isn't he always naked?
But he was always
no. No, but in the 60s comics, he wore trunks though.
Oh, right. Yeah. I guess
He did have the Speedos. That's right. Yeah.
Anyway, she concludes, alas, this is where I am today, going through my full crushes on cartoon characters, and this is just scratching the surface. Oh, boy. If I really thought about it, it'd probably be a lot worse, but at least I know I'm not alone, even if you're not aware of your own love just yet. So let's unpack that. What cartoon characters do you find hot? Let us know in the comments below.
That's some weird
Who
shit.
commented?
It
Anyone
is
comment
weird.
on that?
And that's the other thing. Lionel was like a 12-year-old, and then he like aged really rapidly or something. But he was still a 12-year-old in a grown man's body. And then it was like they were trying to make them love interests, and it's like he's still fucking 12, man.
One guy said
upset that it doesn't have nipples.
One guy said, somebody says Chitara, actually.
Why is she wearing a belt? You can see this.
There's one guy, they're all weird. One guy comments, you're all weird, shamefully remembers the princess from the Dragon's Lair game.
It was the 80s. Belts were big.
Yes.
Cinch it.
At least she doesn't have the nipples like the creepy female duck in Howard the Duck movie. That was weird.
I'm such a lucky girl.
April Neal, somebody says April Neal, Jean Grey, Chitara, Gadget from Rescue Rangers, Jasmine, more recently Catra from She-Ra. Catra, that's
New Catra is she's like a very petite lesbian sort of cute. That's Catra's appeal.
actually down the bottom. Someone says, how has no one mentioned Jessica Rabbit yet? Yeah,
she's amazing.
2 on the nose.
Actually, yeah, that's probably it.
Everybody likes her, so you just.
My only issue is when they want to fuck like the lions in the Lion King.
Yeah,
that crosses the line for me.
Anna, you're a big Star Wars. Besides Star Wars, you're a big Disney fan as well. You see this kind of crap, and considering some of the shit that's been said to you, like I said before, what's your first reaction to this when you came across all this?
To the Fox shit?
Yeah, to what they're trying to push now with their bullshit.
I mean, they're crazy people. There's no way ands or buts about it. And I mean, I used to go to Disneyland all the time. I have a lot of friends that work for Disney. I've never heard this weird ass shit. Like, I don't know. It's maybe it's just because I don't hang out with like furries or something like that. But
what Pornhub do you surf?
I think they're like a step away from bronies, but that's just me. I mean,
Pornhub. I've never been on Pornhub, but there's nothing on there that's for me. But
because like I see that I'll look at the sites. I'm not above admitting to it. I don't see this on there. I see more humans and things, but I guess they do kind of tailor to your taste based on your IP address, probably. But
I don't understand bronies.
Neither do I, man. They're fucking creepy.
I don't get it either, man. I don't get it either.
Here's it's little kids. The ponies are little kids. I mean,
yeah.
Have you ever? I have nieces that were the perfect age for this, and it's like any grown man who willingly watches this shit. Here's an episode. So and so, everybody's mad. Everybody's mad at me. They're ignoring me. Oh, it turns out there was a birthday party because we love you. Blah blah blah. That's why we're ignoring you. That's an episode. What fucking grown man is like? This show speaks to me. I want to fuck the ponies. You put them down.
Exactly, because they even make sick ass sex dolls of these fucking things, man. I mean, like you just said, it is a whole different level of weird.
But I mean,
I don't know. I've sat through plenty of episodes of that shit, and I'm just like, yeah. If this speaks to you, you have to fucking go to a doctor. Like if you're over 9 years old. I don't care if you love Twilight Sparkle.
I'm sure that's one of their names.
Applejacks.
That's I'm surely one of them too.
Don't come to me.
I got me thinking about
Put ponies down or bronies down? Bronies. The ponies can fucking live. The fuck did they ever do? They didn't know there was going to be some fucking weird dude wanting to fuck them.
Exactly.
Can I curse on this channel?
Save the whales, Tom. But
What about
Shoot
shoot the seals? Yeah, more like shoot the brony.
Club
Sorry,
the
I shouldn't
seals.
say that.
shoot the seals, eat all the fish. All right.
Like,
Well,
what do you do
anyway,
if you have a kid and they're a brony? Like, what is that like?
I don't know. My brother, one of my brothers as a kid, he's I don't know how big a is, but he was into it for a while.
You got to uncle up and fix that.
I tried. I tried and I failed.
Where you got to take him to like LA and just get him involved in gang activity. Get it
Take
out.
him to a strip club. Be like, here, this is what real women look like.
Rob hadn't even been to a strip club though.
Well, that says
This
a
is
lot.
my job.
No,
I think
Parrot
so.
Head, it's not so long and thanks for all the fish. It's so long and thanks for all the sex. As we've discussed it before, dolphins are rapey.
Mm-hmm. But you see the kid is not interested in anything except looking at his phone. That's the thing. Like most kids are these days.
You got to introduce him to drugs. You got to help him do something. Gang activity. There's so many things he could be.
Teach him how to steal a car.
Playboy. Give him a Playboy.
That's what I said, Black Phoenix. Take him to a strip club.
How old is he?
Oh God, he's in his 20s now.
Oh,
Well,
Jesus Christ. I thought
Christ.
it was like fucking 12.
Jinx. Jesus.
Too late.
Yeah.
The brony
Well,
is left
for
the table.
the kid's he's not really into sports. He ran track for a
Shut up.
while.
Isn't this the
but
one
he-
who you said his mom had to go with him to San Francisco to a brony convention or something?
Yeah,
Is that the same
yeah.
one?
Oh, those are a whole nother
Yeah.
level of weird.
She wanted you to go with him, and he was like 19.
Yeah, he was like 19. Let the kid. I said to her, let the kid go by himself. I said, Jesus, let the kid just, says, I'm not, don't you want to go to San Francisco? I'm like, yeah, I
You're
want to go to San
encouraging
Francisco.
Shit.
I said, but not to babysit your son who's 19 years old. And Jesus, just let him go.
Could
Glad-
just
Who
go
knows,
and be
you
like, okay, nephew, you go off, do your own thing. I'm gonna go do my thing, and we'll meet back here in 3 hours.
What the hell?
That's
is
what I
wrong
was going to
with
do.
you
I was just going to,
people?
all right, yeah, fine. Go to the bar and start drinking. The Anchor Brewery's out there, but I've, loaded up on beer.
Yeah. Who knew he was doing the weirdest thing in San Francisco?
Of all places. Yeah.
You know what? It was I had no idea, but I figured it out because I looked at the convention schedule for San Francisco. I'm like, there's no like comic book conventions or whatever conventions, and then it just said Brony convention. I said, no, it can't be. It can't fucking be.
You serious?
Was that his dad?
There's a Santa Con, which everyone just gets super hammered and runs around the city dressed up like Santa.
That's
Oh,
cool.
gosh.
That's fine.
sounds awesome.
I've seen
It is awesome, but then
You know where all the women with the Santa fetishes are at that weekend.
oh yeah, well it's funny because like the morning after you just have a bunch of one night stand Santas getting Ubers and Lyfts home, and so kids see that, so now they're trying to like limit it in San Francisco.
Oh, they have it in New York
Milwaukee.
too.
Yeah, that's a bit more normal. When I was in college in Toronto, we had some guy named Xanta, who was this shirtless, muscle-bound idiot who was always on drugs. He wore Santa pants and the boots, and he had a hat, and he would like do knuckle push-ups.
That was
on
Cecil.
subways.
That was the old me.
That was the old.
I remember him telling me that story.
Recovering Santa.
Remember when San Francisco's biggest problem were hippies?
They're not people, they're hippies.
Oh God, what the hell happened to the world? Oh, for God's sake!
Now it's all about shit on the sidewalks. In the 80s, it was all about gay jokes.
And
You know?
cocaine.
I don't know. We had a lot of like, the 90s in New York. Well, it got better. Giuliani fixed it up.
Yeah, New York wasn't too bad. in the
But I
90s.
mean, there was a couple of years there where it was like hardcore and tons of homeless. But it wasn't like I don't know. The homeless were classier back then. They didn't shit on the sidewalk. Yeah. They found a nice paper bag or a milk carton, and then they put it in a garbage can.
They live
were more
underground.
courteous with their shit.
Yeah. These new homeless, fuck them.
Yeah. Cecil, you're in the New York. You're in the New York area.
Yeah, I'm in Brooklyn right now.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I'm in
You can't tell from the accent.
Yeah, well, but I don't know, some people move around a lot, you know. I
don't move much.
I'm literally the last stop on the Metro North line out of Grand Central. If you've ever taken if you know what that is.
Where Metro North?
You're assuming he wants to hang out with you, Rob.
Wait, so you're going? Are you in Jersey? No, you're in New York. Then you're going up to.
No, you take the Metro North. You take Metro North. The last stop out of going east
Jersey?
of the city. No, east of the city. Going into Connecticut, man.
Are you going to Connecticut? Okay,
he's in Connecticut.
Yeah. Do you have to take the same route that Samantha took and Who's the Boss between New York and her home?
There's more to life than the living. Hey, yo, oh, hey. Hey, Angela. Yeah, I'm Tony Danza. Yeah, that's.
Are you on the New Rochelle line?
No, I'm more into Connecticut than that. Regrettably. But anyway, I had no choice. I had no choice where I was born though. So
are you by WWF headquarters?
Fast. I know where it is. I know where that is though. Yeah. They were gonna buy the New Haven Coliseum for a while, but the city said no. I'm like, that would have been fucking awesome. I would have had pro wrestling every freaking week in my hometown.
Are you on the water? Is this 20 questions?
Yale University. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know.
Are you a
Yale
tank?
University?
You have the boorish manners of a Yale.
Yes. Good heavens, a Yale man. All right. We got Raging Rhino, $2.99 Australian. Hail this amazing panel. Hail chat.
Hail Raging Rhino.
All right. Well, the other big news today was this is kind of like, we kind of figured this was
420 is Hitler's birthday. Can we get a hat? Never mind.
Is it really?
No.
Yeah, it's also Columbine Day.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Debbie fucking Downer over here.
Yeah, thanks, Cecil.
Sorry.
No, I'm just picking on you. The other big news was nobody's surprised that Batman and other Warner Brothers films have been delayed.
I get the Collider article up.
That's because you're a moron.
Thank you.
I know. You know, it has to be that way sometimes.
You're fired. You're unfired. I need you. Come here.
Well, okay. Fortune magazine. But nobody's really surprised at this really. I mean, Warner Brothers is gonna push back.
Oh, who's coming to get who?
I
don't know.
I heard sirens.
Oh, that's me.
That's
close to a hospital.
Oh, I thought they were coming to get Rob again.
I live right down the street from a firehouse, and like sometimes I'll be recording something for Andre, then just right on our woo. I'm like, damn it. Okay. Batman and other Warner Brothers theatrical releases are officially delayed. Warner Brothers is delaying a batch of theatrical releases, including The Batman and The Sopranos prequel, The Many Saints of Newark. The studio says Monday that The Sopranos film will be pushed back from September 2020 to March 2021, while The Batman, starring Robert Edward Sparklepants Twinkletoes Pattinson, will be delayed 4 months to October 2021. Many studios have shuffled the release dates due to both Shudder Productions and the closure of movie theaters to prevent the spread of the you-know-what. This year also lost the Will Smith drama King Richard, which has been moved back a year to November 2021, and a biographical drama about Black Panthers activist Fred Hampton, set for August, which is now has no release date. Baz Luhrmann's yet-to-be-titled Elvis film that Tom Hanks was shooting in Australia when Rita Wilson tested positive for the you-know-what was delayed a month to November 2021.
Wait, what was it? AIDS?
No, it's a thing we can't tell. We can't talk about.
I'm fucking around. No. Sorry.
Let's just say AIDS. Let's just say AIDS now, because we can say AIDS.
I say the toilet paper shortage.
The great TP famine. I remember in 2020 there was nary a roll in sight. The studio has not abandoned summer 2020 entirely. However, Warner Brothers still has Christopher Nolan's Tenet dated for July 17th and Wonder Woman 1984, which was pushed back from June for an August 14th theatrical release. And one film moved up on the calendar. The DC superhero film The Flash is now expected in June 2022 instead of July.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's not happening. Fuck. I'm so happy he beat up that chick. I don't have to see him as a Flash anymore.
Tonight, when Ezra Miller attacks. You know?
I mean, she did have it coming, though.
Yeah, well, still though. I mean, he's an ass.
Guy's a superhero. Leave him alone. By the way, Robert Pattinson did the best New York accent of any. Actually, you know, so did Tom Hardy. Not Tom Hardy, the other fucking kid, Spider-Man.
Oh, Tom Holland.
Tom Holland did a great Queen's accent, and Robert Pattinson in a movie called Good Time. I've always talked it up. He plays a kid from Queens.
Good time in the drive.
That's the movie, yeah.
Not getting hustled.
But I mean, fucking dead on New York Queens accent. Both of those guys. I don't know why English guys can do Queens accent so good. Fucking Tobey Maguire didn't sound like he was fucking from New York. But yeah, Robert Pattinson and Tom Holland got it.
Yeah, Good Time is a underrated film. Not a lot of people are talking about that, but it's cool because he has to rescue his brother and gets the wrong guy. And
the brother is played by one of the directors who is from Queens.
I've always loved Jimmy J.J. Walker. I mean, let me tell you, Good Times is a most underappreciated Norman Lear sitcom. We are talking about that, aren't we? No. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, and Robert Pattinson played the J.J. Walker role, and you would think he was black. That's how good he was.
Dynamite!
It's the only white person in the family, and he just immersed himself. You forget after a few minutes.
No makeup. It's all straight him.
No makeup. No, but it's you. All right, so you saw it, Bill. It's it's a great movie, right?
Yeah.
It's free on Prime right now, so if anybody wants to check it out, it's it was like a heist gone wrong movie, but it's fucking, you know, it goes a mile a minute. It's fast.
Yeah, and you can't forget what it's about because, like, you know, in those heist movies where they get so complicated, like, what are they stealing now, or what's going on? And Good Times doesn't have that problem. You know exactly what's going on and why it's being done that way, and that makes the surprises that happen that much better.
I would have changed the title of it. That's the only thing I would have changed. I don't like Good Time. I don't get why it's called. Can you figure that out?
Maybe it's irony. I know irony is a big thing in Hollywood. Everybody loves irony and dramatic irony and stuff like that. I mean, I enjoy it too, but when it gets so overused, you're just like, really? It's at the level of a pun now. I mean,
They did Uncut Gems, the two brothers, the same guys who did that.
Yeah, they worked on Uncut Gems for like 17 years. Because they had almost every actor, and even I think they had Kobe Bryant involved in that script at some point, so they kept rewriting it.
Yeah, both movies are great. Uncut Gems is better, although if you watch them both, you'll probably like Good Time better, but rewatch Good Time and you'll like that. I mean, got it backwards.
Uncut Gems, yeah.
I got it backwards. Uncut Gems is the better movie, but Good Time is fucking really, I don't know, it's underrated and unknown, and that's why I think this kid could actually be a good Batman because of that movie.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have my reservations.
Timing in to back me up on that.
I don't have my reservations. It's just that I haven't seen him. I haven't seen him built up for it yet. I think they did like one thing where they tried to show his traps, but I'm like, that's not really Like no one on Batman looks for his traps.
Where
And
was
in the
that? I want to see that picture.
He has,
he's wearing like a shirt over top of it, so you can't even tell. It's just like a wide collar shirt. But even like the armor that he's wearing, his abs look more like fish gills than abs on his armor.
I don't know if it will
That's
be
the
good.
armor design, you know.
Yeah, but it's just kind of weird whenever like Batman doesn't need armor. That's why he's Batman. He's that good.
Jabba the Cuck in the chat said Cecil would be a good penguin. Fuck you.
Speaking of the chat, we got a couple super chats here real quick. Anthony from Dark Gift Comics sends $2. Getting ready for my open mic in 15. Have a great stream. Yeah, if I got some time between this and Toxic Femme, I'm gonna jump on there and sing a song maybe. Willie Woodward sent us $5. Rob.
Willie Woodward, $5. Rob, next time you're dragged to San Francisco, hit me up. We'll bar crawl. I'm sure you get a senior citizen discount. Oh, shut up. It's pretty close. Yeah, well, too bad hockey season's canceled. I'm dying to go to a game. I got a minor league team near me. Matt G, 149 super sticker. This for another $2. When Good Times TV series gets woke reboot. When does it get a woke reboot? Hopefully
an entire never. White cast.
Yes, it's an entirely trans cast.
Yes, not getting hassled.
So in other words, Ezra Miller.
You learn it? Did you want to fight? Is that the deal?
Yeah. Do I know the way? When Ezra Miller attacks. There was also another. I found this thing here since I'm the Bond guy. Cary Fukunaga pitched a version of No Time to Die that took place inside Bond's head. Cecil, are you a Bond fan at all?
I mean, sometimes I'm not a fucking fanatic for it now, but I mean, I do like when they do it good. I'm aware of them. I watch them, but I mean, am I really excited when they're announcing the next one? Not really. Will I watch it? Probably.
So this Bond movie, upcoming Bond movies, had a really interesting history. Started Danny Boyle was supposed to direct, and him and his writing partner, can't remember his name right now. They pitched the script, and it probably got rejected. Wouldn't you say, Tom?
Yeah.
I mean, the villain was supposed to be Russian.
Yeah, it was right in the whole midst of all that business. Yeah.
Yeah, and because Russia is an emerging market in movies now, you can't have the Russians be the bad guy anymore. So, but it's got me thinking of what we did a video on it. But Cary Fukunaga pitched this version. In an alternate universe, we'd have seen a new James Bond movie, No Time to Die, by now. But in another alternate universe, we had seen a very different version of that movie, one that no doubt was deemed too out there by the film's producers, but which co-writer and director Joji Fukunaga pitched anyway. No Time to Die is one of the first films to be delayed. Yada 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 yada. We know Rami Malek plays the villain. We know Christoph Waltz reprises his role as Spectre role, villain's Blofeld at some point, and we know that Lea Seydoux is back as Madeline Swan, also from Spectre. While Fukunaga's film is being billed as the final performance by Daniel Craig as Bond, we can reasonably expect the film to be, a James Bond movie. But if a rejected pitch of Fukunaga is any indication, we may be in for a few more surprises than we are expecting. During an interview with Miranda July, conducted for Interview Magazine, how deviously obviously that title is, well before No Time to Die was pushed back, Fukunaga revealed that he pitched an idea for Bond 25 that would have taken place inside Bond's head. Yep, here's how he described it. Now, Script Doctor, I want your assessment on this because you're the professional writer here. Miranda, I swear to God, I had an idea that this movie could be all taking place inside the villain's lair from the last film. There's this scene in Spectre where a needle goes into James Bond's head, which is supposed to make him forget everything. And then he miraculously escapes by a watch bomb. And then he and Leah blow up this place and go on to save the day. I was like, what if everything up until then and up until the end of Act 2 is all inside his head? Obviously, Bond producers didn't spring for this one, but that would have been kind of great, right? No, it wouldn't have.
No, that's like the theory from Minority Report. Like everything after, like with his wife rescuing him from the halo or whatever it was, is all supposed to be like in his head or what have you. Yeah. I mean, that's good for like say a Twilight Zone type of thing where you end it where you realize he's still dreaming, but for a film franchise that's a harder stretch to do.
Why do you have to overthink, James?
Yeah. By the way, Minority Report would have been a fucking one of the greatest sci-fi movies ever if he just got fucking put into the prison and it ended and they didn't have his fucking wife break him out who has no training, and it should have just ended on that down note and it would have been just great. The down note fucking sci-fi movies are always the best. I mean, listen, even fucking T2 is probably my favorite. And then listen, Arnold gets fucking melted.
I know.
Like, I also have a downer.
And are you a James Bond fan at all?
Yeah, we talked about this.
We did?
Yes.
Shows how good my memory
Rob
is.
doesn't remember what he ate for lunch.
I kind of have I did a rant a little bit about this and the stupid movie that's coming up. But and like I said last time we talked about this, I'm not the Daniel Craig fan of. I do not think he's a good James Bond. I think he's a great secret agent, but he's not James Bond.
I want to see a James Bond movie where it's just him like off mission, and he's like all his neighbors just think he's a weirdo because he like checks every corner before he walks like past an aisle in the fucking supermarket.
Paranoid James Bond.
He's always fucking, he's just saying weird shit, trying to figure people out. Like, what the fuck is with this guy? What does he do for a living? I think he's a florist.
Well, there's also talk that Quentin Tarantino drunk pitched a James Bond movie to Pierce Brosnan.
Alexa, stop.
I want to see Cecil's movie, but I want like somebody like Billy Crystal to play his neighbor. So like through the whole movie, he's like, "I'm not crazy."
Like James Bond meets The Man Who Knew Too Little with Bill Murray.
I just made that up.
Yeah.
It's not Billy Crystal. I just made that up. Okay.
The whole thing was in his mind.
The whole thing's in your mind, James. The whole thing's in your mind.
Yeah, a James Bond movie where it all takes place in his mind is the stupidest fucking idea.
That's almost as bad as the codename theory.
I mean, it was done great and perfectly in Total Recall. Like that was it. That's it. It was done. Where was this real or is it, or did his shit go wrong and they're trying to rescue him from, that was the whole thing. They're like, you took the vacation. It's going wrong. We have to rescue you. And then he kills everybody.
Well, why don't we ask Arnold? Arnold, was that real in the Total Recall, or was that just a simulation in his head?
I killed everybody. Yeah, I killed everybody I see.
You did?
Yeah, I killed them all.
Okay.
And you used that poor guy on the escalator as a human shield.
I slaughtered them like animals.
Now, what would you say your favorite movie was there, Arnold? Was it Total Recall, or was it something
Deep Throat?
Speaking of animals, what was the attraction to the maid?
Is a long night and the wife was away and
wake up, Maria. Wake up, you bitch, you cold bitch.
One thing led to another, and I thought it was one of my donkeys for a minute, and I quit licking. It's not a carrot.
Fun fact: Maria Shriver was away that weekend doing a guest spot on Murphy Brown.
Book. Yeah, it's in his
true?
book. Yes.
Mr. Another.
Anna, what were the names of Whiskey and
I'm trying to remember.
Whiskey and Lulu.
Conan? No, I don't know. Yeah, Lulu.
There's that great story I remember from Conan the Barbarian. Because it was so cold, they had to use vodka instead of water for the blood, and everybody was just walking around the set just completely sloshed.
What, in the part 2 or the original?
No, in the original.
Oh, when they were slaughtering his village.
Yeah, when they were slaughtering the village, and when the final fight scene, just because the way the blood packets worked was that they would fill it with air so that it would splatter. The blood was kind of packed in it, but it was pressurized slightly so that when the sword would make contact, it would splatter and blood would go flying. So to keep it from freezing, they had to use vodka. So everybody was just drinking.
That's the story they told anyway.
Yeah.
No, I know. It is true, and because plus it's Cairo syrup usually is the base of that blood, so it gets really thick real quick.
Thick and heavy.
Mr. Another, you didn't read his super chat, Rob.
Yes, Mr. Another, $3. Can someone introduce Ezra Miller to Amber Heard?
Learn it? Did you want to fight? Is that the deal?
Oh, she'll fucking bite his finger off, man. She ain't gonna take that. We'll fuck him up.
Oh, you're more of a bitch than Johnny.
Why don't you go to bed, I'll see what I left there for you.
Nobody will believe you, Johnny.
Oh, for God's sake. So do we have any other news, Tom?
Well, did you talk about the Pierce Brosnan thing? I don't think, or did you?
Yeah, I got the Toronto Sun thing up. It's Mark Daniel with the Toronto Sun.
It's just a short story, but I thought considering how many times we brought up Tarantino should direct a James Bond, or at least I have anyway.
Oh, that would be fucking great, man.
It would.
Yeah.
That would be so good.
Love that.
I bet it would feel more like the 60s and James Bond style.
Exactly, yeah.
Probably am. Well, in this case, Quentin Tarantino's desire to take over the 007 spy franchise is a well-worn Hollywood legend. But as he took part in a GoldenEye watch party with Esquire magazine from his home in Hawaii, Pierce Brosnan revealed more about the original meeting between the two in the early 2000s. Tarantino tried to acquire the rights to Casino Royale and envisioned an adventure that would be shot in black and white, set in the 1950s and 60s. Ooh, that actually sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
The only problem with that is, if I may break in, is he's so dialogue driven that a real secret agent would never talk as much as a fucking Quentin Tarantino character.
It would have to be every character but Bond, yeah.
Right. Even like his hitmen and the guys he has as chatterboxes, like Mr. Wolf and fucking and
Mr. Blue and Brown and all
yeah,
those
it's
guys,
like these guys would be the silent types. Like that's all that James Bond as like a Quentin Tarantino chatterbox wouldn't make any sense.
No.
But I love him and I'd still want to see it. So
the project was deemed unfilmable, but Brosnan sheds more light on that first meeting. It was after Kill Bill Volume 2, and he wanted to meet me. So I went up to Hollywood one day from the beach, and I met him at the Four Seasons, Brosnan said. I got there at 7 p.m. I'd like to be punctual. 7:15 came around, no Quentin. He was upstairs doing press. Someone sent over a martini, so I had a martini. And I waited till 7:30, and I thought, where the heck is he? Word came down, apologies, so I thought, okay, I'll have another martini. He was pounding the table saying, you're the best James Bond. I want to do James Bond. And it was very close quarters in the restaurant. And I thought, please calm down. But we don't tell Quentin Tarantino to calm down, Brosnan recalled. He took the idea to the Bond Brain Trust, Barbara Broccoli, who oversees the Bond franchise with her half-brother, Michael G. Wilson. And they declined. He wanted to do James Bond, and I went back to the shop and told them, but it wasn't meant to be. Brosnan added, no Quentin Tarantino for James Bond. Brosnan's fourth and final outing as the British super spy came in 2002's Die Another Day. The franchise was rebooted in 2006 with Tarantino's desired title of choice, Casino Royale, but with Daniel Craig in that starring role. In a recent Variety profile, Barbara Broccoli and Wilson spoke about their decision to reboot the character with a new actor, noting that Bond films starring Brosnan had become too outlandish. The final film featured an invisible car and a giant space laser. We got too fantastical, Wilson said. We had to come back to Earth. The world obviously had changed. Added Broccoli, we had 9/11 and the stakes were higher. We felt we needed more realistic Bond. Craig will retire after the 25th 007 film, No Time to Die, due out in November. And Brosnan asked if he considered returning to the franchise. Would I return as a villain? If asked, yes, I believe so. Brosnan teased. Okay.
The real answer was we saw the Bourne Identity and we needed to do something like that.
Yep.
Pretty much, yeah.
It wasn't fucking 9/11. It was fucking Matt Damon.
Yeah, probably right. However, I'm thinking like, okay, so Robert Forster was in Jackie Brown, right? If Tarantino had used that formula for Bond, where he was kind of silent.
What happened there?
I don't know. Oh, Becca dropped.
Mecca.
Mecca dropped.
She's back though.
Mecca's
you dropped and came right back in. Yeah.
Are you vacuuming?
No.
Tarantino's like, you're gonna be the best Bond underworld. Okay, I'm gonna make this movie, and you're gonna save the world.
Am I the only one here who's actually read the Bourne Identity though?
I think I read a Bourne book that had him going after the Jackal.
They made a book out of the movie?
No, Carlos the Jackal. No, the books were written in that. The book was written in 1980.
He's fucking with you, Rob.
I know.
It's Cecil.
The Bourne Identity books based on the movie.
Yes, Bourne Identity books based on the movie. Yeah, but the book was actually he went after Carlos the Jackal, and the second book takes place in Hong Kong. I mean, the books are really good, but it's completely different. But this whole thing about Bond and Robert Meyer Burnett. If he were here, he'd probably agree with me. Stop trying to apologize for James Bond. I want as much violence and over-the-top action and casual sex and drinking and gambling and smoking and everything that you're not supposed to do in a movie now. I want in my James Bond movie, please.
That's what I was trying to put in my fucking movie. Okay.
Exactly. If Tarantino gets us closer to that, then fine, let him do it. Because he's probably the only guy that can get away with it now.
Yeah, James Bond should be fucking nuts.
Yeah,
I want the opening scene to be like something blowing up, and then you see Bond on top of some hot blonde in a chalet somewhere. And then there's a big ski chase, and then he kills a bunch of bad guys, and then he goes off a cliff, and then there's the big Union Jack parachute, and then he drops down onto a submarine and opens the hatch. Oh, hello, Bond. I know I described like the beginning of like 3 different Bond movies, but that's what I fucking want.
No, right. What would you think it would be like to be James Bond for real? Like being like walking around knowing I saved the fucking world, like literally from annihilation multiple times, and if I fucked up, everybody I'm looking at would be dead. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's got that fucking in his head. Like, this guy has saved the world over and over and over. If that was a real fucking person, it'd be a mental case.
Yeah.
And
the worst part is he'd only be making like 70,000 quid a year.
And the Bond girl would be named Footsie McBoots.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fook me, fook you.
He would be getting pegged somewhere. He'd be like, I'm tired of sex.
But we were saying that the real problem with Bond wasn't the Bourne Identity. It was Austin Powers. Because ever since Austin Powers, it was such a send up of all the Bond tropes, everybody and their uncle and who's been sitting down making Bond movies, they say, well, we can't do anything classic Bond because that just looks stupid now.
I think they're more worried about the not identity politics, but the misogyny aspect of his character than that. But it does play a factor in it. I think you're right on that.
By the way, the fake Austin Powers movie going on in the Austin Powers movie where Tom Cruise is playing Austin Powers and fucking Kevin Spacey as Dr. Evil looked fucking great.
John Travolta as Goldmember.
That's a better Bond movie than a lot of Bond movies. Oh God!
What the fuck happened to Mike Myers? He was nonstop, and then he's like, "Peace out."
Mike Myers is a nightmare to work with.
Whatever. He's got $100 million. He could still. I mean, he just made one bomb.
The Love Guru is what happened. That
one movie. That's what it takes nowadays. One fucking movie, like
all the Shreks.
He made all those all the Shreks, all the fucking Austin Powers. He was also in Glorious Bastards.
Oh
He was in
yeah.
Inglorious Bastards and A View from the Top.
The Freddie Mercury movie, which was a great scene because he references
Bohemian Rhapsody, yeah.
he references Wayne's World in a way because he's like, what do you think kids are going to be headbanging in the car or some shit like that? It's like fucking he's a good actor, but yeah, he might be a nightmare, he might be an asshole, but
Well,
I mean, the Love
I know the
Guru
story
enough
for
to cancel him. Like he was
no, like the story is that whenever he does finishes a funny take, he asks everybody on set if they thought that was funny, whether it was or not. And he's trying to get an answer out of them. Like he stopped production for a day in a hockey rink for the Love Guru because he saw some like grips who were working on lighting for I guess a Jessica Alba scene, and they weren't paying attention to the scene, but he had to get their opinion on what they just shot like 5 minutes ago. And it just was a nightmare, and that kind of
whatever. He's still
That's
money.
Yeah,
maker.
that's even kind of like the minimal of what I've heard. What I heard, it all boils back to a lot of the studios don't want to work with him anymore because it has to do with the Sprockets movie and Austin Powers 4.
There was a Sprockets movie?
There was going to be a Sprockets movie, but he backed out of it.
Why would they not want to make Austin Powers 4? It's printing money.
They wanted him to make Austin Powers 4, I believe the story goes, but he wanted to make the Sprockets movie instead. So they said, okay. He drugged them along for a long time. They spent a buttload on the Sprockets movie. He called for another rewrite on the script after like 10 already. And the studio said, fuck you, we're out. And then I guess that blew Austin Powers 4 out of the water because he's like, I'll never work with that producer again and all this other shit. And then
it wasn't Demi Moore. Like Demi Moore.
No. Yeah, it was one of the other on more on the floor producers. And he he just kind of hung around doing the Shrek thing because he had the contract, so they pretty much had to use him almost.
Yeah, I think DreamWorks locked him in for how many of those movies?
Oh God, probably 7 or 8.
Yeah.
I don't know. After the third one, it's like, please stop.
Well, and that's famous too because he had them reanimate that entire first movie. I don't know if you've heard that before, Cecil.
The first movie?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it probably needed it.
Well, what happened?
It was great.
It worked.
And
it worked, yeah.
Good.
Well, it started out, it was supposed to be a Chris Farley movie.
Yeah, there's footage out there of him with the storyboards doing the voice. And he didn't do a Scottish accent or anything. It was just him.
Yeah, and I guess then they brought in Mike Myers, and they got like 2/3 of the way through the animation, and he's like, I don't like it. So we're like, well, what do you want us to do? He's like, change the character. So he like redesigned the character from head to toe, came in with the Scottish accent, revoiced it. So like he did a version without the Scottish accent and some other voice, I guess. I have no idea what it was, but yeah. Yeah, the studio sued him also for the canceled movie. That was the other part. Yeah. What was that, Anna?
Oh, well, I mean, it came out great. So, I mean, the changes he made were... well, because here's the thing you got to think about DreamWorks is that they were coming in with 3D animation to compete with Disney. And you can clearly see it, especially with Fiona, because the more realistic you go with animation, the harder it is. Because... like I remember being a kid thinking, oh, this is great. And then you actually look at Fiona's face, which is why they don't zoom in at her so much until, the second movie. It's really, really bad. But they did a really good job at him because the more, air quotes, animated you get with your character, the easier it is for you to animate because it doesn't have to be realistic because we all know how humans move and stuff. That's why even in video game animation, they try when you do have like those cinematic moments, you have to get a really, really good rigger and animator or else it just doesn't look right. And your brain can make excuses for fictional characters as compared to ones that are based on real life. It's a really, really hard process. And I know because I took 3D animation. So I'm guessing that they try to make him look more realistic or try to make him move more realistic as compared to being cartoony. So I mean, I thought it was good the way that they animated him, especially I think Donkey had the best animation to him in that movie. And
there's
then
Donkey.
Oh, there's Donkey.
In the morning, I'm making waffles.
Is that from a play or a dirty movie?
This is from
Shrek on Broadway.
Shrek the porno. No, I'm gonna Shrek the musical. By the way, this is the gayest thing I'm gonna say tonight. I like Broadway. But Wreck the Musical is fucking great. It's so fun. If it's on Netflix, watch it. There's an actual really good recording of the play, and it's fucking fantastic. That was.
I want to say it's on one of the discs in the box set I got.
It's really good.
Because I got the 3D box set that was like really old, but yeah. Anyway, so yeah, was there anything else that we had to talk about as far as news-wise, guys, or is it time to play 20 questions with Cecil?
I didn't.
Oh my God! Play 20 questions with Cecil.
I didn't know what. I didn't know that I have to play 20 questions.
No, it's a joke. We normally don't. I was going to ask you a few things just.
No,
because,
I'm joking.
but...
You could ask me anything. I'm an open book.
No, like I was just going to say, it's really cool to have you on here because you are singly one of the most requested YouTubers we've had. Probably since like Anna, I would imagine.
I'm an underground sensation. I've been telling people. I'm like,
well, right.
No.
Well, and I mean, I'm trying to remember the first time I saw you. It probably was on either one of her streams or even Ethan's streams or something like that. But I saw your video about the Wizard of Oz being about two women just fighting over a pair of shoes, and your Child's Play reviews and some of your other videos. And it was like, yeah, I fell in love with your content. So I love that argument. That is amazing.
Thank you.
Tom, we have breaking news. Hold on. We have some breaking news. Michael Chabon has uploaded a new story time.
No.
Oh no. We don't.
I'm not baked enough for that yet.
Oh my God, the face of Mark Hamill in that picture is just so. It's a broken man.
Isn't it?
Yeah, he looks like fucking Brian Wilson from the Beach Boys,
I can't believe this roundhead motherfucker killed my character off.
He's like, this is a simulation. I'm gonna wake up. This is a nightmare. This is a fucking nightmare. I'm gonna wake up. This is a nightmare.
This roundhead motherfucker right here. Cecil, have you seen this Michael Chabon story time? We're not going to subject everybody to.
Doesn't even know who Michael Chabon is.
Michael Chabon is a writer.
He's a Star Trek writer. Yeah, he's a Star Trek writer. Yeah, I know that. I know that because I watched Doomcock and Gary.
Yeah, okay, but he does this thing where he reads stories on the on YouTube, and oh my God, it is the most bizarre thing you'd ever want to see.
Let's see it.
I'm getting there. We like to slow it down just a little bit because it adds to the effect, but we don't have to slow it down much. Trust me.
Are you saying Michael Chabon or Jonathan Chabon?
Michael Chabon.
Michael Chabon is his name.
People in the chat are saying Jonathan Chabon.
I have no idea, unless I said it once on accident.
Hello, young humans. Your old friend Michael Chabon.
Hide the children.
Story time.
Yes.
No.
This makes me so physically uncomfortable.
This is unreal. This is everything because I feel like the kid the camera angle has it so that I'm the kid about to be molested.
Yeah. I know, that's exactly what I was thinking. I just didn't want to say it.
I know. Well, that's what
you
brought
Hello to Lenny, Joseph, and Oscar. I'm glad you've been enjoying the stories. And to all my friends, hi. And today we're going to try something a little different, kind of a book. Today
That sweater's too small for him.
Frogs and food are friends.
Yeah.
Happy 420, everybody.
I don't want to give Anna nightmares. So
yeah. That's all you.
Can we play more of that?
Yes.
Oh no, not Frog and Toad! I love that book. Put it down. Put the book down, you weirdo.
More words. And the stories has a few different stories in it, and I'm not sure how many I can do in one story time, but I'll do as many as I can fit, maybe two. And then
you can fit more. You can fit more than
read.
two.
Then maybe we'll do the rest of the book tomorrow.
Oh my God. You can't even finish the book?
You can't finish Frog and fucking Toad in one sitting.
Oh,
Well, he did. To be fair, he did forget the name of the book that he was reading that he had actually written as well. It was just called Awesome Man, so he had to like double check and
Yeah, he looked like 3 times to see what the title was before he said it. Nelson Sharita sends us $2. He's wearing nothing beneath that sweater.
And nothing underneath. Yeah.
He's
Or
naked.
nothing below.
He's naked from the cardigan down.
I don't want to upset Anna anymore, but we got to play a little bit more of
A
this.
little bit
About
more.
that.
And he's
This
also
is
talking to
Frog
a
and
kid so that they
Toad
wouldn't
are
notice they were
friends,
drugged. Like he's like,
and it's fun.
there's like a dreamy, like he's like, you're feeling fine. The yogurt I gave you before is totally normal.
hey, that's
We're,
Jesus
we're
too.
all feeling groggy because it's sunny in here.
oh my God, no.
Arnold.
Finish your
Lobel.
Dr. Pepper.
There's Frog.
Oh my God, Cecil, what do you think would happen if him and Gail did a video together?
Why does he have the camera angle that low? So it is.
It's imposing.
Am I being groomed?
He's talking down to us all.
Grooming me? I know he's got nothing on below that cardigan except a pair of Uggs.
I can't breathe.
Like I feel like if you did you guys watch is it Haunting on Hill House or
I'm like an Ewok.
what is that show? Where the girl has like sleep paralysis and like she can't like move her body or talk because she's like frozen. I feel like if in the future I'm gonna have a nightmare where that happens to me and I wake up and this dude is standing over me trying to read me a story.
Hi,
as,
Anna.
like,
You were in a
murder
terrible accident. You can't move. I'm going to read you Frog and Toad forever.
This is like the sequel to Misery, right? Where the author's torturing the fan instead of the fan torturing the author.
You will sit and listen.
He can read me whatever he wants to, as long as I don't have to sit through Picard again.
And they're friends.
Oh my God, what was that face?
First story in the book is called
This is like a Zach Galifianakis
Spring.
character. This is not a real fucking person.
No, this guy's for real. His biggest claim to fame is he wrote Wonder Boys, the novel.
Wonder Boys. Oh, how surprising of a name is that for him?
Well, if you've seen the movie, yeah, it's about an author who does nothing but get drunk and go on this weird adventure with his kid. It's got Tobey Maguire and Michael Douglas in it.
I love WizKids.
WizKids.
Frog ran up the path to Toad's house. He knocked on the front door. There was no answer.
Oh my God.
Toad! Toad! Shouted Frog. Wake up! It is spring.
So he knocked on the back door and Toad said no, but he said, I'm coming in.
Is that the Shaban maneuver?
Yes. Okay,
Yes,
I think we've tortured Anna enough.
Only Chuck fans will get that reference.
Okay, I think
a little more.
A little more. What do you think, Anna? I don't want to make you mad at me.
No, I'm not mad at you. I'm just like, this is
Let's
uncomfortable.
ruin one of Anna's favorite books for her.
If you need to use the bathroom, now's a good time.
I know. I think I might do that. I will be back. You guys can watch as much of you as you can.
Toad! Cried Frog. The sun is shining. The snow is melting. Wake up. I'm not here, said the voice.
He's so stoned.
There's Frog knocking on Toad's door.
Why doesn't he have a shirt on?
Snow melting.
I thought it was a naked guy on top of the house.
Frog walked into the house. It was dark. All the shutters were closed. Toad, where are you? Called Frog. Go away, said the voice from a corner of the room. Toad was lying in bed.
So Frog jumped on top of
Frog.
Your frog's got one eye. He's a cyclops.
He didn't
Walked
jump on
into
top
the
of me. He
house.
hopped on top.
Hopped on top.
And it
I
was
gonna
quite
say,
a
totally
ribbon.
frogged.
So he
It's
said, Toad,
Toad
want to fuck?
had
And he
pulled
said, is a
all
frog's
the
ass
covers
watertight?
over his head.
He pulled the covers over
Frog
his head.
pushed Toad out of bed. He pushed him out of the house and onto the front porch.
Is that
Sounds
anything?
like an assault case.
I was just gonna say, that sounds pretty rough. You want us to go on, Cecil? This sounds like some
Yes.
assault happening here.
Toad,
This is like the
Blink
most molesty
and bright
Ewok reading me a story.
son. Help, said Toad. I cannot see anything.
That's right. Don't look. Just open your mouth.
Yeah, how he has the covers pulled up. I like to sleep that way too. Covers pulled up.
Oh my God. Wait a minute, is he known for being like something involved
Don't
with
be
children?
silly.
Why is he doing a children? Is he known for
No,
Have
see,
you
so
ever-
I'll tell you why. He did an Instagram story where he explained, my favorite part of my kid's life was when they were little, and I
He's
got to
somebody's
read
dad?
Oh, that's a channel trailer.
and I got to
wait a
read them bedtime stories. So I'm gonna start reading bedtime stories.
He's somebody's dad?
Yes.
Yeah, he's got
Yeah,
some
they're all
kids.
grown. Play him that one, Tom. That's actually funnier than him just reading stories. It's really
Is that his first one?
That's his channel trailer. So it's like the shortest one. I think he put it up like a week ago. He clipped it.
Well, it's like, I say, isn't it his very first one, or
No, because he clipped it out of like his third video.
how do I get to his trailer? I don't know how to do this shit.
Probably.
I don't think he set up his thing that way.
The shortest one.
Oh, okay, I get what
Times
you're
and
saying.
click the one that's the shortest one on his
No,
because that's the one where he flat out specifically says,
we got him a few subscribers. It looks like
"Eh."
we've been doing this now for a couple of weeks, just so you guys know. I know it's
Oh.
sad.
I'm gonna sub it in case I can't sleep at night.
Give yourself nightmares.
My name is Michael Shaban.
Why do you say it like that?
And I'm a father too. I have 4 children. They're all
In the
grown
oven.
now.
You've had more children than that.
Like really? Why is
Only 4.
Almost 17 years old. And
Now
one of the
they're in the
things
icebox.
I miss most about having small children. I love having big children too. They're great in all kinds of amazing ways, but there are some things I really do miss about having little kids around. And
First of all, they're
all the
weaker.
things I miss, I think the thing I miss the most is story time. I used to read to my kids every night, all 4 of them, and that added up to a long, long time. And when that custom finally came to an end, the way it always does,
He sounds like he's gonna ball.
and I
Yeah,
thought
when
I'd
they're
take
strong enough to
advantage.
fight back, I stop.
Yeah, that's the one way you get your kids to move out early is if you read to them stories like
Have
this.
Michael Shaban come and read to them.
My problem is I let them watch Home Alone and they started putting traps in front of their
This opportunity when perhaps there are a lot of parents out there, moms, dads, and caretakers, people taking care of kids who could use a little help with story time.
Who needs help?
This is ironic because the BBC has a show called Bedtime Stories where celebrities read a bedtime story, and it's way more useful and less nightmare-inducing than what Michael Shaban has done.
It's the fucking camera angle. Everybody's a child from this angle.
Yeah, I like this Captain Robert April. Can you imagine the writer's room meeting with this weirdo? He's like, hello, unimportant humans.
Is he sitting in the writer's room? Does he sit in a lifeguard chair?
Yeah. So what are we gonna write today? Are we gonna make Picard gay or just a robot? How about
Picard's
a gay
gonna have the
robot?
same picture I have behind me in this video, except it's gonna be on an ocean instead of like in a field.
Did you ever want to tell Picard to shut the fuck up? I have. Let's do it.
Let's do it right now. I got his phone number.
Let's
Oh my god, ew.
let's set our phasers on fun.
Hello, who is this? Michael Shabon.
You know who
It's
he
2 in the
reminds me of?
morning.
He reminds me of Herbert the pervert from Family Guy. That's like, this is him as a human, like 20 years prior to Family Guy.
When he gets elderly.
Young Herbert.
Hey there with your muscly arms.
Hey there, little paper boy. Want to come in my basement? I got some popsicles.
We said before, it's like if Gary had a gunkle.
A hippie uncle.
Hippie gay uncle.
This guy is
I'm so
this is a whole did Gary and Doomcock ever see this? I never saw it.
I don't know.
Like, so much since why Picard is the way it is.
They have to be alerted to the fucking story time.
Gary seen me say that one time. I know that, and I think his response was, "That is my uncle," or something like that in the chat or whatever. But playing along, but
You ever want to see Picard input some data?
Have you ever seen what your insides look like?
Let me put my Slim Goodbody suit on.
Oh god, that shit was crazy. I remember watching that shit as a kid.
Yeah, he's so 70s right now. This is so like creepy, and then everybody pretends it's not creepy.
I don't pretend it's not creepy. I flat out, like, the first thing that I said about this guy was, oh my god, this is like every weird, creepy guy that belonged to these, touchy, the underage boy commune sort of things in Colorado that I was warned away from. He's exactly that guy.
Oh my god, Slim.
Do you kids want to see a puppy?
Before or after?
Who likes candy?
You're not gonna believe this. Slim Goodbody's still doing shit.
No.
And welcome to the.
Is that him?
Yeah.
April 20th.
I guess you stay in shape when you fucking have to wear a fucking skin tight naked suit.
Yeah, he's still around. Look at this shit.
It included 36 hot
I want to see a full body though. I want to see if he's got a fat ass now.
He looks old as fuck though. Yeah.
to commemorate one of the opening battles.
Yeah, Slim Goodbody's only lungs up, huh?
Oh god, thank you, Cecil, for coming on. He evidently didn't start back up until that recently.
Like, fuck, I gotta be called Slim Body. I'm fucking
a week ago. Just a week ago?
Yeah. Well, here's an older one. He's sprinkling them in here and there. Okay.
It was such an off-putting fucking thing. It was just the naked man. I didn't get it. I was like, go away.
The Adventures of Slim Goodbody.
It's the same off-putting.
The fact that he was riding on a carrot there was very disturbing.
He looks like Steve Gutenberg's weird little brother.
He's dressing like Siobhan wants to dress.
Then let's get on with the questions. D1, activate the Nutrimap to see where our.
And he sounds like what's his name from fucking Welcome Back, Kotta.
Horseshack.
Horseshack, yeah.
Who wants to rape a robot?
Come in, Inspector. Do you have a questioner?
I have a young gentleman, GB. He is Andy Robust fella.
I have a young gentleman.
This is Roots and Vegetables.
I know I'm a puppet, but he keeps putting his hand up my ass.
Vegetables, fruit, and milk for dinner. And I told her I'd eat everything except the vegetables, fruit, and milk.
In other words, you just wanted the pizza.
Right. Do I have to eat all those other things?
Well, let's see what the other boys and girls think.
Watch my bowel movement.
Okay, we're gonna get copyright. I can't believe he's still doing shit.
Yeah, he got slim Goodbody must have fucking put on some love handles because he's sitting at a desk now.
I'm glad I have no memory of this character.
You don't remember this? It was on PBS. I don't know. If
It was a tiny bit before my time, but I'm aware of him. Like he permeated past his. But I never actually watched his show.
It seems like it's vaguely familiar, but yeah,
he did PSAs like in the 80s.
Yeah,
I think I saw like educational posters around my elementary school.
Yeah, that's what I remember from like posters and shit. I'd be like, "What the fuck is this guy all about?"
I mean, I remember it being on PBS, but we probably watched a bunch more episodes on pneumatic tapes at school than anything. So yeah, they were probably in the 70s or something like that. They were on. Matt G sent us $2. Are these Mandalorian outtakes?
Yeah, that is. Yeah.
Oh Jesus! And Indiana Jeremy says, "Why did you bring back all those terrible memories, Tom?"
I'm going to turn around and show you my Sarlacc pit.
Stuff goes in and then it goes out.
This is where food goes to die.
Good Lord. So what? Tell us a little bit about Cecil, how you got into the whole YouTube business. What brought you on to
I did a straight commentary, which because I watched you guys know Diversity in Comics and Zach and
yep,
and I was in the hospital with somebody, and I hadn't bought comics in a few years, and I bought a pile of comics. I was going to the hospital every week, and I was like, am I crazy or do comics fucking suck? I'm like, I have massive collection. I bought, but I took a few years off for after like 2015. And all of a sudden I was just like, is this like really fucking bad? And then I found on YouTube, I'm like, this guy saying, no, it's all shit now. And I'm like, yeah. So I started doing videos like kind of in that fucking vein. Nobody watched, and it was just a ripoff of Zach. So I fucking trashed that channel, and then I just started doing more just fucking totally just lampooning shit and being fucking over the top.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
And that took off, but it did not take off.
Yeah, I mean, I remember you like just kind of like coming out of nowhere. So it was just like all of a sudden you were there. That's all I remember. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of funny. Now, Anna,
Cecil, fake nerd, and Dino Palacio.
I was gonna say, I remember you were talking before you had worked at like the Disney store and some other stuff. What got you onto YouTube? I don't think we asked you that question.
Sorry, totally having a brain fart.
No, that's all right.
I mean, I've told the story a lot of times.
You just told me yesterday to Mauler.
Oh yeah.
Huh? What?
You just told it yesterday to Mauler, actually.
I
Oh,
feel
no,
like
not Mauler. Was it
I
Mauler?
feel like I say this all the time whenever I like go on new channels or I'm talking to people that weren't there at the beginning. So I was actually I was working for things that I can't talk about, but I went and I saw The Last Jedi.
Rhino.
And I thought it was a prank. And I was pissed when I found out it was a real movie. And then I posted on Facebook, this is the worst thing I've ever seen. This is not a fucking Star Wars movie. Nobody go see it. And then everyone I'd ever known was like, what do you mean Anna doesn't like a Star Wars movie? Because I was always known as like the weird Star Wars girl. So I got messages literally from everyone on Facebook. And so I kept writing the same message and tweaking it for each question somebody else would ask. And so I finally was like, you know what? I can't keep sending the same message over and over again and rewriting things to fit like certain messages so people don't know I'm copy and pasting. So I made a video, and then other people that weren't my friends or family on Facebook watched it and asked me to make more. And then it kind of blew up, and I'm here now.
Cool. No, I just wanted to make sure you had a chance to say, because I don't think we got that far last time when we talked. So, yeah, in case our audience wasn't aware. So, yeah.
I know a lot more professional than me. She puts out content all the time. Like, I'm well known and I'm on a lot of people's channels, but I only got 12,000 subs because I barely put out content because that's work. I don't do that shit.
But I did support your book.
Thank you.
You can tell the folks a little bit about your book, and then Anna, you can talk a little bit about your cover if you want to, quick.
I have a book. It's called Cash Grab. It is out now on Indiegogo in demand. It is semi-autobiographical. It's complete. It's a comedy. It's gonna have everything, and it's gonna have aliens, drugs, strippers. It's an over-the-top comedy comic. You can watch. It's basically I'll be destroying New York City, and it's gonna be a fun book. Check it out. Support it. Anna is the centerfold in the book, by the way.
Oh.
If you scroll down.
Yeah, that's what my little
I can
avatar
do
is.
that. There you go. Now watch out. We don't need too much male gaze on there.
I like the Cecil Fett there in the background. That's also pretty cool.
It's Boba Fett, actually.
Boba Fett.
Hey now. So yeah, I wish I had the money for that. So yeah, check that out.
It's a lot of fun. It'll be running for another month or so. So if you want to get in, I promise you'll laugh.
Sorry, we play the little thing here.
Reminds me a little bit of Forbush Man.
This might be too inside baseball because it's very Comicsgate. I don't know if you guys have a huge, but it's pretty good Comicsgate crossover, I guess, with your channel.
So I don't know if I got the sound sharing, but
No, you don't actually.
Do we need it?
What the?
No.
Somebody likes VD. What?
Oh.
Oh god.
If you know who you are, you're laughing, and if not, you're like, "What the fuck is?"
Yeah, I get it. Yeah,
I know some of them.
Rob's adding music.
That's a human. That's a human centipede nunchucks, by the way.
Made from Mego dolls.
Yes, that was my other thing that I thought was hilarious is you putting together the human centipede. Yeah, that's amazing.
Celebrity human centipede.
Yes, celebrity human centipede. Yes.
Check out his toupee.
This is fucking awesome.
Great.
What's that supposed to be?
He doesn't wash his hands when he does
okay. Yeah, I didn't get that one. Okay.
He,
okay, I get it now.
He told us on stream many times that he doesn't believe in hand washing.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I remember the guy saying that now.
It looks like we know who's next gonna get the you know what then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I backed that. Well, I should say we backed that, however you want to put it. And then of course we also backed Anna's campaign as well.
Anna's blowing up.
Thank you.
And that is Star Wars Girl Presents Vampire.
Beautiful cover, yeah.
Thank you. People were telling me that this is going to be a collector's thing, and I was like, I don't think so. But then after the controversy, I'm like, maybe they're right. But thank you to everyone that's supported it. I really, really appreciate it. It means the world to me. So thank you.
Yeah, I actually caught a screen capture of one of the milestones anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's what?
I was see there is a market. There is a market for comics. See?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah, and a lot of I was doing a live stream to talk about it when it first launched, and a lot of because I only market it to my fan base, or like if because I don't like to set up my lemonade stand, in front of another person's house. I'll just do it in front of my own house. But if somebody else brings it up on stream, I'm more than happy to talk about it. But I was just kind of showing my audience because they've been asking me to do something for such a long time, especially since there is a lot of crossover between fandoms. And so I was like, I guess this is like a good way to like tip my foot in the water and to try it out. And everyone is really excited and happy for me and happy about it. And a lot of them, it was like their very first comic book, because my content is, mostly focused on entertainment,
Star Wars, yeah.
Yeah, and Star Wars, Star Trek, and Marvel and like superheroes and stuff, but not so much on comic books. So it was cool to see like a bunch of people actually say, this is the first comic book I've ever gotten. And I was like, oh wow, that's so cool. That's so like, that's cool being somebody's like first comic book they ever got,
Yeah, that's the screen capture I got when it went over 20K. Right
thank
after
you.
I bought the one.
So I really
Tom
like
was
how you
Whoops.
Oh, sorry. I was just saying, I really like, Anna, how you had Vampirella's costume like fit to her curves. Most of the times I've seen Vampirella animation, like they show it kind of independent, where like there's like a stretch between like the breasts and the hips, like there's that big gap, but you have a like kind of curve underneath and like form fit, like it's painted on. I like that. It was a little different, and I thought it was cool.
Well, see, I hate it when I see that, when it's like disconnecting, because I'm just like, even when you see superheroes and stuff, it always looks like it's body paint, like it's painted on. So when I was doing it, I'm like, nope, it's gonna be painted on.
Yep.
So thanks for noticing.
A lot of my older clothes look like they're painted on if I try.
Cecil, I'm so glad you guys got to come on tonight. It's been fun. Cecil, like I said, especially you've been one of those that, gosh, for a long time now, people have been saying, get Cecil, get Cecil. So yeah, and Anna we had on recently, of course, but it's awesome to have.
Let's pay attention to me for a minute.
That's right. You just want a little bit of praise, don't you?
Well, it was an absolute pleasure being here, and I'd be happy to come back anytime you ask.
Well, the door's always open. You pop in the chat. I'll send you a link. Otherwise, I'm one of those guys. I'll send you links until you tell me to quit.
What are you doing tomorrow? No, I'm fucking.
You never know.
What are you doing in 5 minutes?
We're best friends now.
Favorite dinosaur, Velociraptor.
Actually, I really like Cecil's retelling of Wizard of Oz, how it's just two women fighting over a pair.
That's what I said was one of my first videos I ever seen of his, and I just fell in love with it. I'm like, yes, it is so freaking true. Oh gosh, and I've told people about that video like a couple times. So yeah, and that was before, like I first kind of seen you on the other stuff. I was like, oh, he's funny, I'm gonna check him out. And then I saw that video and your Child's Play reviews and a few other things. Yeah.
Well, thank you.
So definitely check out Cecil's channel if you haven't already. It's criminally undersubscribed to. And of course, you and Anna do the Jack shows all the time. When's your next one of those? Every Thursday?
Every Thursday at 11 p.m. Eastern. The next one is, well, Kelsey Shannon is the wild card. He's sometimes available and sometimes it'll either be on Kelsey's, Ethan's, or John's. We'll let you know day of.
No problem. That's why you should always probably subscribe to these folks on Twitter as well as us, because the way YouTube is and with the way these things go, it's the easiest way to keep up with what we're up to. So, yeah.
The last Jack show, Anna passed out for the first 2 hours and was asleep on air. Then she got up, ate a bunch of pixie sticks and a fucking tub. I'm not even shitting you. A tub of fucking cookie dough, and then she just went on like a fucking nonstop talking thing for like 2.5 hours.
I'm sad I missed that.
Is this the reason why she's eating like steak and chicken now?
Yes, I think so.
Well, no, because I was talking about how like I'll sleep for like 8 hours and then I'm up for 3 and I'm just tired. I'm like, God, I can go sleep another 8 hours. I don't know why I'm so tired. And then Cecil's like, it's because you only eat sugar and carbs. I'm like, so sugar's supposed to keep you awake. And carbs are good for you. They're in the food pyramid. And he's like, carbs make you fall asleep. And I was like, oh. I didn't know
gotta
that.
look at the food pyramid upside down, actually, for it to be beneficial.
Well, no, because the food pyramid upside down, the candy's at the top. The candy's in the point, you know?
That's where you want to get to the.
Yeah, that's the best part. No, because the food pyramid, at least that I was taught, which apparently now is very inaccurate. It's the candy and the sweets are at the top. Then underneath it, you got like the milk and the eggs and stuff and dairy products. And then right next to it, you have like meats and stuff. Then underneath it, you have vegetables and fruit. And then underneath that is all like carbs. And so like I was told you're supposed to have some of each, but then you should limit yourself to the top. And I'm just like, well, I like the top and the bottom and a little bit of the stuff in between. So I'll just have things that I like.
And it's just stop eating sugar.
Fuck no.
I once was like, did you have any Mountain Dews? And she's like, these are the ones I drank today. She picks up a can. She starts putting it into like the crook of her elbow. By the end, it's fucking how many? 9 or 10 empty fucking cans that she drank in like one sitting. I'm like, that's a suicide attempt. That's not even fucking real. And she's eating pixie sticks in between fucking. She's Elf. She is. Somebody pointed out the other day, like when he's like Elf, he just eats candy and puts maple syrup on fucking spaghetti. Like she's literally fucking Elf.
I actually had to give up soda, because my blood sugar was was pretty bad. It was really high. The first week was hard.
Blood? That's where I'm at right now.
Yeah, the first week was difficult, but after that, it was, like I don't even miss it anymore.
Matt G sent us $2, Rob.
Matt G, $2. I want my $2. I agree with this food pyramid. Where's pizza on the food pyramid?
It's part of grains.
It's at the top because it's pointy.
The whole food pyramid is pizza.
The food pyramid is a slice of pizza.
That's right.
It's pretty much got everything, It's got all
great.
It's got grain. It's got dairy. It's got tomato is fruit. It's got
pepper and the marinara sauce.
Yeah, it is pretty much the food pyramid. See.
Yeah, throw some pepperoni on there, and it's the perfect food.
Yeah.
Yeah, pizza is perfect. It's confirmed.
I won't argue with that.
Hey, the Ninja Turtles eat it all the time, and they're super muscular. So
that's right.
Hey, I eat sugar all the time, and I'm super muscular. See, Cecil, science doesn't work for you, and your parameters you're trying to give me.
Your body also might not be able to make sugar on its own, so it's probably a good thing that you eat so much of it.
Thank you. See, I like Script Doctor.
Are you trying to kill her? What kind of a doctor are you?
I'm not a physician in that
regard. We got a disclaimer. He's not a medical doctor.
Don't listen to him.
He's probably more of a doctor than Dr. Oz and Dr. Phil, though.
Don't eat fruit, Anna. Eat fruit roll-ups.
No, definitely. Oh God, please eat fruit.
It's got fruit in the title.
Did you see on Twitter, though, Dr. Oz is getting canceled for something?
Why have fruit when you can have fruity pebbles?
I'm sorry, we're not making Andinio laugh here. Sorry.
No, Andinio, that he is laughing. His whole
I just pick it out.
He follows us from channel to channel, fucking shitting on us.
I know. I've seen some of your regulars in here because I lurk all the time. You guys should figure that out by now. But yeah,
I know his backstory is he's a priest who was molested by an altar boy.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah.
Rob, that sounds like something Rob would say.
Sorry, I didn't mean to dox you, Andinio.
Oh my!
I know he told me that in confidence.
You never loved me.
Oh, all right. Well, I think that's.
Is that where we want to end it? Right there.
Not really. Yeah. I don't know what we got left.
Altar boy raping a priest. Let's end it there. That's a good place. Let's put a pin in it.
That's not the type of reversal I was ever expecting to hear.
This motherfucker talking about
holy shit. This guy's in he's in full fucking about to have a panic attack. Fucking
borderline catatonic.
This has been the very, very special Cecil edition of Midnight's Edge After Dark, and hopefully not the last. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. We appreciate it.
What's up to Cecil Says?
That's right. And Anna and Mecca and Script Doctor, of course, as well.
Yes. Tell it.
Luckily, I didn't hit end because we got like 2 super chats right at the end there, guys. So we're still on the air.
Okay.
And I can take this fucking mask. What? We're on the air. Okay. No.
Shit.
What are the $4.99 from For Harry P. Ness. Oh, I get it. Yeah.
Why would you name your kid Harry?
TFM Cecil. TFM loves Cecil. Phantom has loved Cecil Peaches and the TME. The TME? The Midnight's
Edge? Yeah.
Happy belated birthday. Happy birthday, belated birthday. Andre, Cecil, don't steal Peaches. He'll find you.
No.
No, she'll find us.
TechCom. Oh, Candace. Oh, Candy.
Whoops. There we go. TechCom. We'll do that. Do that one first.
TechCom. $2. Fitting the background is stars. I'm seeing stars.
Well, Cecil is a star, of course. And Candace Marie, speaking of stars.
Yes. Great panel tonight. I can't stop laughing. And we didn't even get into Kathleen and Frank Marshall.
No, we didn't. I didn't want to scare off Cecil. Oh,
thank God for that.
Yeah, Mecca doesn't. All full disclosure, Mecca does not like that bit. That's right.
What?
I just doxed her ass.
2 hours straight? No.
I just doxed her ass. That's right. She don't like Congo. She don't think it's funny.
Congo, the movie.
You don't have to dox me. I'll file and admit it.
Well, the movie
That's
is
what I mean.
hysterical.
Yeah. No, we got a bit that just won't stop.
Wait, you don't like something?
I love Congo. It's the greatest movie ever made. Why? Because I directed
You don't
it.
like something. That's another day.
All he ever talks about is Congo.
Hey! I
Congo,
made a
Congo. That's all I ever fucking hear is Congo. What is? Wait, what are you guys talking about? Congo?
It's that damn ape movie Frank made.
There's a white ape in that movie.
You keep saying it like it's a bad thing.
It is bad, Frank.
It's a violent white ape.
That's right. It kicks ass. It's a whole. Don't you get it? It's a whole metaphor for cocaine.
I thought it was Joey Buttafuoco.
And that.
I
Whatever
love how
you bring
it's
to the
like a
table.
telecommunications company that builds a laser.
Laser beams rock.
We need diamonds for the lasers. A monkey.
Oh,
That's
right.
It writes itself.
We released the Frank Marshall. Oh. All right. I'm going back to the
Is that
bathroom.
Smallville's Allison Mack behind you over your left?
It does look like her. Holy shit.
Branded.
Is that sex cult she's in?
Yeah, I was branded like Chuck.
All
Connors.
right.
Oh, God.
Okay, everybody.
Give us the music, Rob. Let's actually get out of here this time. We appreciate it, folks.
This show is terrible. Something wonderful happens. What? It ends.